when it comes to being black, you say that you are. I can't go back into a lot of history. There's not a singular religion. There's not a singular location, right? And then the phenotype varies greatly, which was the singular thing that identified us.
Yes.
Because, your nose may be a different shape because you mixed here and there. Your hair may be a different texture. Your skin may be far lighter. And once you get to the point where all of those, you don't have a typical African lips, you don't have typical African nose, you don't have typical African or West African, to be specific, all those features, and you start saying, I'm black too, guys. And I'm like, I don't know how to, like, are you lying? That's a question. Like, okay, if, what does black mean at that point?
This is like literally several episodes on Fresh Prince. He pulls his black card all the time. And
yes,
dark skin
about a number of issues, about
the
music, the dances, all the swagger, the dress, but we were doing that in the 90s, early 90s, and we still doing that now, 30 years later.
But dark skin and Viv and Uncle Phil many times show their true colors. Like, but we are black. Will chill out. Let me tell you what it really is about. And then Uncle Phil many times says, like, look, I was there, I used to do that, but I'm doing better now. And this is why you stand in my house, because you can't be in West Philadelphia because you may get jumped.
If I grow up with means, right, in the suburbs, removed from the hood or the countryside, from all these traditional black poor, coming up from struggle experience. So I don't have that. I don't have that particular type of struggle, right? I have privilege. And I got a Steph Curry, right?
Or Meghan Markle's kids.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Because her husband is as white as you can get.
Yeah, right? You can't get any closer to colonialism besides being the actual colonizer.
Royal, yeah. So at that point, Meghan Markle's kids are perfect example.
Yeah.
You maybe have light eyes, pin straight hair. I can't see the features, but your grandmother, great grandmother are descendants from slaves. Where do we draw the line where I can say you are no longer black?
Yeah, I don't know if there's ever gonna be a line drawn.
I don't know how many boxes we can check. Cultural stuff, the struggle, the skin color, phenotype, religion, whatever. I don't know how many boxes you got to check. And it's harder than other people because other people get to ask these questions too. How many mixes do you get in when you're no longer Han Chinese? How many mixes do you get in where you're no longer Igbo or whatever?
Yes.
But with us, our history only go back a few hundred years. So like you're losing blackness fast. You're losing recipes.
Yeah.
You're losing recipes.
Yeah, because if you actually picture your grandmother, one is a black woman, the other one is the Queen of England.
Rating right now.
Yeah. Real quick. My name is Antonis Brown.
Irvin Bryant.
Shout out to DJ for making our beat.
At DW Made That on social media.
Follow us on social media.
That's at Kind of Woke on Instagram and Twitter, Relatively Conscious everywhere else.
All right, so let's go and talk real quick about who's really black.
Quick word about being dark. I'm proud to be dark. Okay, it just got to be the right dark to actually represent what I look like. I'm not ashamed to be a dark, y'all. It's all good. Dark skins is in style anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's a TikTok trend. So basically, it's a TikTok trend where I'll post a video. I'll put it in here real quick.
But you don't look gay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just. But you don't look gay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just.
Hello. Let me come back in with some real exclusive shit. Take your index finger, cock it.
Basically, where people who are mixed and don't look black, basically, like kind of like validating their blackness. And so, what's the conversation we had about this, Irvin?
All right, so basically, Where's the rules? Okay, on who's black and who's not black, because or whatever. But black, I think, is important because we have this weird situation where Afro American black people are the most prominent globally. Americans are the most prominent, people like on the globe, right? We got the most money. We make all the Hollywood pictures. We, big entertainment industry. Blah 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 blah. Especially black people, because if you live here for 2 seconds, you already know when it comes to entertainment and arts, that's us, right? Bam. And then of course, black people across the globe are down bad. Shout out colonialism. Okay, we're in the present day. If I'm Nigerian, it's like, bam, I got my people, I got my I could be Igbo, Yoruba, whatever, whoever else. And I got it all down. I got my language, culture, bam.
History.
Exactly. Same with any other part of the globe, right? You can go down to the country, ethnicity, language, religion, roots. We don't have that. Okay, so we characterize by the skin color, right?
Which is stupid.
We all can, but it's just real. You and I, we're both black, both from Houston.
Yeah,
at least the Houston area, both from Texas. Got family in Louisiana. Like that's as best we can do, right? Like, and we have that in common. But we can't verify anything beyond that. Besides, like, I don't know, I got a big nose. It's like other black people got the same nose. I don't know. You lighter skinned than me, so maybe we not got that relation. I don't know.
I got some Native Americans somewhere.
Yeah, a lot of people. I
yeah,
got some Iroquois, some Choctaw.
What's the ones from the Texas area? The
Choctaw are from Texas.
Karankawa. Yes, that's what
our part of Texas. There's many different peoples. Point is, it's very hard once you start removing the singular identifier. And sometimes the other identifiers, like I said, the nose, lips, facial structures, things like that, right? Hair texture is a big thing because black people, across the globe have a unique hair texture. What makes you black? Because, we came here identified by the color, but then, of course, as people in bondage and as people free, we mixed, had babies with all different kind of people. This happens across the globe, but it becomes a problem when I'm not identifying with my roots, because any color of skin can come from China per se. Yeah. China's a huge place, but
yes,
they have dark skinned Chinese, light skinned Chinese, whatever, but they know regardless of the mix, I speak this language. My people come from here. I practice this religion, and when it comes time for receipts, we the same people. Once we didn't broke it down. Oh, your mama from there? Well, what's up, cousin? How you doing? When it comes to being black, if you say that you are, I can't go back into a lot of history. There's not a singular religion. There's not a singular location, right? And then the phenotype varies greatly, which was the singular thing that identified us.
Yes.
Because, your nose may be a different shape because you mixed here and there. Your hair may be a different texture. Your skin may be far lighter. And once you get to the point where all of those, you don't have a typical African lips, you don't have typical African nose, you don't have typical African or West African, to be specific, all those features, and you start saying, I'm black too, guys. And I'm like, I don't know how to, like, are you lying? That's like a question, like, okay, if, what does black mean at that point? Like I said, I can't ask you, I can't, hit you with the language. I can't, hablas español, question mark.
Yeah.
And we all speak English. I can't be like, well, what church you go to? Because a lot of Negroes don't do it. So how do I check? How do I know?
This is why we have the whole, the conversation with the black card, like, getting your black card revoked, or the family reunion picnic,
Yes,
the cookout. Because I do think we do have a conversation about this, mainly so with our generation, less with older generations, because older generations, you had like Oreos, where people still looked black, but they like, culturally you're not the same. But I think now we have a wholly different issue. If it is an issue, it's a different issue, basically, right? Where because we've moved to a point where America is so diverse, where people no longer look what's called, I'm gonna look like, black, as you would say,
Yeah,
but still, could be considered black. Well,
could be or self-identify. And this is where we get to the
Self-identify.
TikTok situation where people are like, yeah, like prime example, Whoa Vicky, right?
Yes.
she got a shout out on Tyler, the Creator's Earthquake.
Yes.
Shout out Playboy Cardi. She, her whole shtick, I mean, acting ridiculous. I mean, if she is black, bona fide Sambo action, very disgraceful, but it is what it is. But her thing was, well, this is not blackface. This is Sambo. I'm not putting on, like, I'm not acting like I'm black. I am black. Now, am I doing a full tap dance show for the white man? Whatever. But guys, it's okay. It's okay because I'm black.
Yeah.
And the whole internet is like, yo, your hair is blonde. Your skin is pale. Your eyes blue. Your lips thin. What's going on here? I don't see none of your nose is a triangle, my girl. What's that? I don't see it.
And so I guess, the question becomes, what is blackness and what makes you someone who is black? Because culturally, because there's a game called the Black Card game. Have you heard of this game? It's a board game.
I absolutely love it. Black Card Revoked is what it's called.
And the question is, I guess we have the same cultural experiences.
Yes.
That can make you black.
Yes.
But then again, there's some people like me who like, I don't like Martin. I don't know the episodes like that. Am I no longer black?
Huge problem, because I had that growing up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I've seen some Hispanic friends, some Asian children of immigrants, like second, third generation, not first generation, second, third generation though. Where, and I'm talking about all of Asia, so like, South Asia, East Asia, Muslims, Buddhists, whatever. Regardless of all those different things, they come to America and they see, okay, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, is maybe the ethos. It's not for everybody, but it's for some that it is. And so they say, okay, I don't have the native tongue from the motherland. I'm not eating those foods. Some of that stuff I look at as primitive. And that's where you start, like, I'm trying to get in and fit in with the people who run the world, Americans.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get in with the capitalism, maybe even Christianity. I'm not talking that language anymore. I'm not dressing that way anymore. I'm not doing none of those backwards practices from this primitive land that I come from, which is adopting like a lot of the colonial mindset. And it may or may not come with colonialism. It may just be a survival tactic. But regardless, Black people do that too, right? So like we can do the internalized colonialism and we can do the survival tactics. And I'm not trying to sparse out and like litigate who's doing what.
Yes.
But we do it to the degree that we don't, like, if I grow up and I don't listen to X music, hip hop. Okay, yes. Hip hop is the predominant, right? Black music. And my parents was like, and this is like true facts. Now my parents were still in the culture, we are still Black, so they could not keep me from the hip hop. Yes. I dove head first as soon as I could. But for a long time, I was really out of a lot of loops of what was going on culturally. Was not allowed to watch BET, was not allowed to listen to a lot of stuff because it was disrespectful. It was this, it was that. And you will learn how to play golf, Irvin. You will wear. I mean, I learned how to play golf first. I didn't like it. I learned this because I wanted to. But they're like, you will learn certain things that are away from that hood stuff. Because the hood is analogous to the motherland, to that country where it's underdeveloped and they don't speak the right way, they don't dress the right way, they eat these backwards foods. And it's like, okay, so what's sacred and what is profane? Yeah. What is backward and what is cultural? What's heritage?
Yes.
And because we haven't decided what that is, we got a lot of Black people saying, well, you're not Black. If you didn't XYZ, you're not Black. And it's like, well, I'm still, because I face the same struggle as you. Well, I'm still, because I did this. I ate the grits. I put salt on my grits. Huh? Salty grits, anybody? Yeah. It's like, yeah. But did you put pork in your greens?
Yeah.
And so yeah, we got a lot of beefs trying to figure out what is black. Nappy hair, are we doing that? Relaxed hair, are we doing that? Weave, wig, protector style? I don't know. Jerry curl? Afro?
This is like literally several episodes on Fresh Prince.
Yes.
Because one episode I do love is it's like the first season where what's his name? Will, it comes from Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, born and raised. And Will he's like, I want a Philly cheesesteak.
Yes.
It's gotta have the grease in the bag. Where it's
dripping out the bag, yeah, soaked through the bag.
Yeah, where the bag is clear, basically. And in Carlton, they're like, that's disgusting. And like, it is though. Like that's not good for you.
It's not good.
Like Timmy Chance, which is a hood staple down here. That food is good.
Horrendous.
It is not good for your cholesterol or anything like that.
The greasiest. The
greasiest lemon pepper wings you could ever have. Yeah. Or any of the hood Chinese spots that we all love to partake in,
Timmy Chan's, Jimmy Chan's.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Or Frenchies, anything with a faded menu and greasy food. But the question becomes, so Carlton's like, that's not good. That's not good food. You shouldn't put that in your body. And like some of the hood chefs y'all y'all should not be doing that. You should be trying to go to school and get a 401k job. And basically, Will pulls his black card all the time. And
yes,
dark skin
about a number of issues, about
the
music, the dances,
all
the swagger, the dress. But we was doing that in the 90s, early 90s. And we still doing that now, 30 years later.
But Darkskin and Viv and Uncle Phil many times show their true colors. Like, well, nigga, we are black. Chill out. I can't say nigga, my bad. But we are black, Will. Chill out. Let me tell you what it really is about. And then, Uncle Phil many times says, like, look, I was there. I used to do that. But I'm doing better now. And this is why you stand in my house, because you can't be in West Philadelphia because you may get jumped.
But see, that's the thing. Okay, is and that's a whole other discussion about what wealth does to culture.
Yeah,
it's not important to what we're talking about now. Exactly, it's not of the utmost importance, but it's worth mentioning because that is where a lot of these people break off, right? Like if you grew up in the hood,
yes,
hood living is hood living. You generally have a bunch of shared experiences.
And you ever, I know you've done this, a struggle meal of putting rice and eggs for dinner sometimes.
Well, I'm not gonna say we had to. I'm not gonna tell that lie that like that's all we had.
Yeah,
but it was delicious. I did eat it.
Yeah,
and in college I did eat that for sure in college.
But
see, that's the difference because I mean. Hood, it's like maybe that's what it was. Like that's dinner. Don't stop asking me.
Yeah.
But like maybe that's like in the burbs. My dad, who was living that life in the hood, was like, oh, let me put you on. Mm-hmm. Spam, boy, spam and eggs. And it's like, okay, that a lot of culture, a lot of cuisine arises out of that struggle, the necessity to make. You know what I'm saying? Turkey necks and chitlins, oxtails, and all that.
Okay, I will stand by turkey necks. To
this day.
Yeah, to this day, I will stand by turkey necks. And that wasn't a broke thing. The turkey necks are good, bro.
It's delicious. And they're expensive now. I'm mad about it.
Yeah.
But regardless. All these things rise up out of not having, and all those we just mentioned really are more country behavior from descended from slavery.
Yeah.
Regardless, you get means, you get some capital, you get some access, some power, whatever you want to call it. And now it's like, well, do I stop? Am I no longer these people?
Yeah. Because
these people, black people, are by and large, no shade, a down bad people. And I don't want to be down bad. I don't want to keep struggling. I love us. I don't want to keep struggling. And so we can't define blackness by the struggle, right?
Yeah.
By being broke, by being country and podunk and boondocks or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because quick side tangent. My dad used to see pig feet growing up because it's West Louisiana. They ain't got a whole lot of money. Pig feet's where it is. Pig feet and crackling. It's a quick snack. Once we grew up, we had a little more money than that. And my mom was like, we're not supposed to eat pig feet in this house or cracklings. That stuff is bad for you. And so, it's still like, I just never touched that stuff. I know where it is. I've seen it in a jar. Have you seen pig feet in a jar?
That's the only way I've ever seen it. I never eaten pig's feet before. I saw them at the meat market. I don't know why we were there. But my mom took me to the meat market one time, and I was just, looking at everything. I'm a kid. And I'm like, bro, is this pig feet in a jar? Bro, what is this, bro? Pickled pig's feet. And I'm like, people are really eating this.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's like, we're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to eat that anymore. But does that take away from your blackness? And so the white response or the American response to this conversation is, well, why don't you just be American? Because you have, let me give the argument.
I was giving nonverbal. You can go ahead.
You have the same shared American experiences, though. You're from the same country. You pretty much watch the same culturally, pretty much watch the same movies, sort of, mainstream movies. Like in the mainstream movies, we've all watched Marvel, regardless of color.
This is true.
We all know who the Terminator is,
This is true.
We've all know who the Rock is, basically,
But look. But which Rambo is your favorite, though?
Let me be a little bit too old for us. I think the question is which Tobey Maguire is your favorite, but that's generational.
Which is Spider-Man?
Yeah, which Spider-Man is your favorite?
No, okay. Hold on. There's a movie where like black people and white people like legit are like, no, like this. It's like OJ.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like we both watched it.
Yeah.
But like, what you think? what you think happened? What you think is going on here?
Okay, OJ did it. But
it's about time a black man got to get away, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so, even like on Saturdays and Sundays, it is a cultural American experience to watch football. We all do it together, Now, of course, the question becomes, how do you feel about certain quarterbacks? Like Lamar Jackson. If you like Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick back in the day, that's mainly because, the blackness, unless you're from Atlanta. But like, that's us. Michael Vick, Vince Young, these guys who considered to be a cut the cloth. Marshawn Lynch for a little bit,
I don't like that Michael Vick. He running around too much. That's not how you play football. That's not how you play the game. You need to stick to the fundamentals.
Peyton Manning, he stands in the pocket. That's the quarterback.
That's a thinking man. See, he want to do all that scramble ramble, that African jungle stuff.
Someone literally said that about Deshaun Watson. They
do that. It's crazy. They do that. We're not making that up.
A principal in somewhere in the Texas,
I remember that. So funny.
Yeah, he got fired for doing that on social media, on Facebook, talking about that's a jungle rumble. Yeah. Or if you watch Floyd fight, who you rooting for?
Oh, that was huge.
Yeah,
especially when it was like Floyd Pacquiao.
Yeah,
because like the Asian homies, like we always rode with them. I was cool with the Asian dudes. Because they're not white, and we was in the same classes.
Yeah.
So okay, I can somebody I can rock with. So because these white people pissing me off in school, but then when it came down to Floyd and Pacquiao, they was like, nah, nah, bro, nah, can't be with you on this one. Usually I would root for Pacquiao Hatton. It's Pacquiao all day.
Yeah.
yeah. I know who I'm rooting for. I'm with the Filipino homie over here. It came down Rubber Meets the Road. So the American experience is cut up into ethnicity. That's a thing. Even when we come together, it's like, you and I both watched Black Panther, but did you really watch it though?
Yeah. Do you know who Angela Bassett is? You know who that woman is? Yeah.
Yeah, it's your first time seeing her on film. That's really crazy. I never thought about that. Like they've seen Daniel Kaluuya and Letitia Wright and all them, like the young people.
Yes.
But they never seen Angela Bassett before. What in the world?
Well, because the question is, how many times have you seen What's Love Got to Do with It on BET? Yeah.
Or like Stella or Ike and Tina or
Went to Excel. She didn't went to Excel. She didn't went to Excel, right?
I don't know. But I'm saying, like,
yeah,
you got a bunch, that's really crazy. White people really, what in the world? just occurred to me. They don't know who Angela Bassett is.
Yeah, or Morris Chestnut or Omar Epps. They think Omar Epps is the guy from House. That's not what Omar Epps is from.
Wow.
He's from Juice. Yeah.
The guy from House.
Yeah, and
so being American, I mean, it's true. It's an undeniable fact. I'm not with that. Like, I'm not, some people are like, I don't want to identify as American. I'm Afro-American.
Yeah.
That's like, we are a new people. We've been here for 400 years. We're a new people on the earth created by hardship. But I'm not like the same as John across the street.
Yeah. Now, of course, when you leave this country and do travel internationally,
oh yeah,
you're American. You're American. Like, don't people like to kick themselves about that, but like,
but they know, even foreigners though, they know black people is different.
They do, but like, I don't know. When I was in Europe, you're still American. You still yell. You're too loud.
You're too loud. Please give me $1. Give me a greenback, please.
Yeah. Or you do American things. You keep talking about football, keep calling it soccer, and all that stuff.
Asking ignorant questions. You don't know no other languages. You only speak one.
Yeah. And so that's the interesting about it, because when you leave these shores, you're kind of much just American.
But while we're here,
the question becomes who's really black, And so the TikTok trend to me is interesting because I believe that there's a future trend happening where, like,
yes,
the next generation, it will really, I don't know how they're going to parcel that out, because this is a conversation we realize we've been having the conversation since the 90s, but I don't know how they're going to parcel that out of exactly what makes someone black and what doesn't, because as more black people, especially black women, get college degrees, make money, ascend to different tax brackets.
Yes,
a lot of the struggle will just not be there anymore because I don't need it. And so some people make a concerted effort to make sure their kids see the struggle and understand it. I'm a scene to your grandmama's house,
right,
during the summertime. But some, or
it's not even about the struggle, just cultural experiences.
Yeah, I'll make sure
because like there are plenty of families who have like, relationship.
Yeah, culturally
have community in the hood, quote unquote. We don't have to be down bad and struggling and eating Vienna sausages out the can to be, to be in the church, to go volunteer here, to patronize the black businesses, to be in the mix in the community. You don't have to, there's a way to walk that line. Is it difficult? Yes, especially geographically, because like, I got to go out of my way as opposed to living in the white picket fence suburbs where it's all nice and the school district is cool.
Yeah, if I live in Woodlands, it's an hour drive to the nearest hood.
Dude. To like where we are, where black people are, yeah.
Yeah. And so that becomes a very interesting thing. Last point. Have you heard white people moving into minority-dominated neighborhoods?
Yeah, it's called gentrification. What are you talking about?
No. Doing it not as gentrification, like doing it to like get their kids a different experience.
Yeah, well, okay.
Let me explain this. White progressives in LA, New York, DC. They're like, I don't want my child growing up to be an ignorant
milquetoast white. Yeah, wasp. Yes.
Yeah, ignorant wasp. So let me move them over real quick to U Street, where Howard is in DC.
Yes.
Or they move into the Bronx in LA, in New York, or let's go over the bridge and go to Oakland. We're gonna stay in Oakland for a little bit, so they can go to school there and get to. Don't take your child. Yeah, I don't know what you. That's a little bit too deep of a dive going to Oakland, but anyway, we live on Fifth. We live in Manhattan, but we're finally gonna move into Harlem. I want y'all to get that experience, and that's very interesting to me because like. They will have all the cultural experiences that we talk about. If you're going to school in a black-dominated high school, you're going to listen to the music,
right?
You're probably going to watch the movies with your friends. If that's what makes you black, the cultural experiences, did they not get to tap into that?
And that's the issue.
Yeah,
because we want to safeguard it because it feels like And culture can be permeable, in real life. If we're being 100, bloodline doesn't have that much to do with it, right? Like a lot of people who, the lines are blurred. A border, we have political borders right now, right?
Yeah.
So like people who live on the border between, Bhutan and I think Bhutan shares a border with India. I'm not sure, but
Pakistan does.
Pakistan, yes, better example.
Yeah,
Pakistan and India, it's like, a political border drawn to separate Hindus and Muslims, but there are Muslim Indians and there are Pakistani Hindus.
mm-hmm.
So, at what point are we like, what is this? What does any of this mean? And then if you live in a certain part, like if you live in that border region, you're all Punjabis, right? Like you all like live in this region that existed before the border was drawn, and you share this regional culture. And so people could have certain religions. You could be Sikh as well. It's like there's Sikhs and Muslims and Hindus and Buddhists as well. And, different foods, different cultures, different socioeconomic backgrounds, et cetera, et cetera. It's all mixed. And so there in real life, when you get to like things that aren't as jacked up as taking Africans from their continent and putting them in a new place, all this is a gradient. Culture is a gradient. And then, of course, just that complicated experience that cultural experience I just described, complicated even more by people moving, right? Because immigrants makes it a whole different issue where I have this gradient blend, and then like I married somebody from England, and it's now it's all messed up. Now you light skinned, you're drinking tea, but you're drinking like a different tea. It's not Indian tea, it's the English tea. It's a whole different energy.
Or like Haiti and the Dominican Republic.
Crazy.
Like that split is there's not Haiti. Sorry. What's the country? The Dominican Republic? No,
Haiti and Dominican Republic.
They share a border together.
They share an island. The Highland was cut in half.
Gotcha.
And there's the Negro side and the Latino side. Even though I know you're black, I can see.
Let's say So Haiti and Dominican Republic. Once you come to America, Haitians still considered to be black, basically, but Dominicans aren't.
They won't allow you. Certain people, a lot of people, they'd be like, all right, I'm not doing the colonizer thing. I'm Afro Latino. I know I got African blood, et cetera, et cetera. But like some people won't allow you to call them that.
But like Big Papi, is that a black man? He's on seen as that. He's a Latino guy.
What's the Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan Alvarez. And he's from Cuba. He's from Cuba. He's dark-skinned Cuban, yeah. And so, I guess he's Latino, but like, I don't know, he could be considered to be a black man. If you get stopped by the right cop, you're a black man. I don't know. I'm not doing doing this with you. I hear a little bit of that Spanglish in your accent.
Okay, but see, now we arrive at where it started us though. You got is it the struggle? Is it the way people treat you? Because you just went back like he's a black man, right? Because stopped by the cops, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. But, and someone could smooth call him the N-word. Yes. Call him a nigga straight up because they don't know, right? Like, if I was really just a racist and I just saw Big Papi and I was mad at him for whatever reason, and then, what are you going to do about it?
People in Boston did do that.
Oh, no hesitation.
Yeah. Not to Boston, y'all know what y'all are. So
look,
will do that.
The skin color though, if I grow up with means, right, in the suburbs, removed from the hood or the countryside, from all these traditional black, poor, coming up from struggle experiences, right? So I don't have that. I don't have that particular type of struggle, right? I have privilege, and I got a Steph Curry. Steph Curry still looks phenotypically black, which is pretty amazing. Because he's he and his family, his kids, even his wife, so light skinned, but we still know they're black. Astounding.
Yeah.
But then you get into like Meghan Markle, it's a little lighter.
Yeah.
And then you get to Logic, where it's like, like if you didn't say anything, like I maybe would have like thought about it, but I just thought you was funny looking. Honestly, I wouldn't have said like he's black, right?
Or Meghan Markle's kids.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Because her husband is as white as you can get.
Yeah,
right?
you can't get any closer to colonialism besides being the actual colonizer.
Royal, yeah. So at that point, Meghan Markle's kids are perfect example.
Yeah.
You maybe have light eyes, pin straight hair. I can't see the features, but your grandmother, great grandmother are descendants from slaves. Where do we draw the line where I can say you are no longer black?
Yeah, I don't know if there's ever gonna be a line drawn. I think
my mama black, and you show me a picture of your mama, and I'm like, is she? Is that woman black? I don't know.
Because like Meghan Markle, I mean, she considers herself a black woman.
Yes, and
I do think her kids will consider themselves to be black kids, black people also. I think so. I think they're gonna rather be considered black than considered to be part of the actual British crown. No one wants to be part of the crown.
They've renounced that. They don't inherit any of that.
Yeah,
they are English.
Yeah,
Anglo.
I don't think they're going to be that though. I think they're going to rather be black. I'm a black person.
I know you. A lot of people would rather be.
Yeah,
a lot of people would rather be black.
And so that's what.
That's the crazy. You're not like. I don't know how many boxes we can check. Cultural stuff, the struggle, the skin color, phenotype, religion, whatever. I don't know how many boxes you got to check. And it's harder than other people because other people get to ask these questions too. You know, how many mixes do you get in where you're no longer Han Chinese? How many mixes do you get in where you're no longer Igbo or whatever? You know.
Yes.
But with us, our history only go back a few hundred years. So like you're losing blackness fast. We're losing recipes.
Yeah.
You're losing recipes.
Yeah, because you actually pictures your grandmother. One is a black woman. The other one is the Queen of England.
Rating right now.
Yeah. And so, it's your great grandmother, because her grandmother be Princess Diana.
Oh,
yeah. But actually pictures great grandmother, which on Meghan Markle side would be a black woman.
Yes.
But that's also the Queen of England on the other one. So, I just get an image of that when they pulled the picture of the grandmother. See, she black. Where's your other grandmother?
And look, I know your only experience with ramen noodles. I'm talking about young Markle.
Yeah.
Or what's their last name?
I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah. But the young child, the young royal, would be. I know you're only let me try this again. When I'm looking at the royal child, I said, I know your only experience with ramen is straight from Japan, from the gourmet chefs.
Yeah.
I know you don't know nothing about 3-minute noodles.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about top ramen. Okay. Your sodium count has never been that high.
It would probably kill you if you had it down. Yeah. You don't know about bologna. You don't know about the red ring around bologna. You don't know about that.
You never let it sizzle in the pan.
Yeah, the Wonder Bread. Yeah, government cheese. None of that stuff. Yeah, and so it's really an interesting question. But I mean, if they said they were a black person, would I be mad at them about it though?
Yes. This is where we differ. This is when I finally come to the conclusion. No, bro. That's what I'm like. Some of these kids on TikTok, they'd be like, I'm black, and they're like, show me. And I get the frustration. I see your frustration. Logic had he got roasted because he said nigga once on his first album, and then he was rapping about it ever since on every album. And he's like, I'm biracial, and it became a meme. Then he started joking about it, and people were like, stop joking, you're not black. And it's tough because like he's from a hood. His dad, his situation is super just struggle-rific. Very hard upbringing, And it's funny because his siblings, his whole family's light skinned. His dad light skinned. He has light eyes. He has green eyes or something. So he already came from light skinned people. Then his mom was white, so he came out looking like a white child. But his siblings, who are half related, they're black. Yeah. So if your siblings are black. That's your brother. He's a black man.
Yeah.
Unmistakably light skinned, but he's unmistakably black. How am I not to think I'm black?
Yeah. Well, how come Logic gets roasted for saying the N-word, but Cardi B says it and no one says nothing to her?
That's a whole different issue.
Yeah. But anyway, we can come back to that at another time. The history of the N-word, and we get to say it.
Right. Yeah. I just think these blue-eyed, pale, not light-skinned. There's difference, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean to roast. I mean, you looking like you look like it's not an issue. It's not a problem. But you got that pale skin, and you get them box braids, and I'm looking at your scalp, and it's white, like paper white. I don't know, bro. I don't know if you should have got those box braids. And your hair didn't need to be protected style. You see what I'm saying? It was. Yeah. Your hair came out wavy. You looking like Venus de Milo with the hair.
You need to just put in a French braid, protect it that way. Do the European.
To your other cultural connections. Okay, obviously you got something else going on, and that's cool. That's cool. Like, it's not like, some people want to be like, ha ha, you're not as black as me. I think that's ridiculous. It's foul. But you really, chill with it. Chill. Take that do-rag off. It's not gonna wave, my boy. What's it called? What Pusha T say? Afraid to grow your hair because you're scared it wasn't nap enough?
Yes.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, my name's Thomas Brown.
Irvin Bryant.
Peace.
Do it to him, D.